All right, Shalom. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Hakadash, double honors to the apostles of GMS, and sincere Shalom to the elect, and the brothers out there pushing this truth and sincerity. And I have a clip right here, basically going to this guy that's talking about the U.S. misses goal, because that's what Biden was putting in there, like to get everybody jabbed by July 4th, and that goal didn't make it. And this guy goes off on some things, but I know, but a lot of the things he puts in through a joke, but it'd be right though. And we didn't. We it this could be a two-pronged story, because either A, he's lying, and probably a lot of people did get close to even 70% of them getting jabbed because of the mark of the beast, because that's what this is ultimately leading up to. This whole jab thing is just a trial run. Or B, it we could probably see that a lot of people didn't fully get it, because or B would be that a lot of people didn't come near to that number, because a lot of people was like, not even seeing the comment boards, mind you. I even seen a lot of comment boards. They always saying that we ain't getting this thing because we're not stupid. They rush you too fast. This, and that. Meanwhile, they've been working on this thing for a good couple years. When you do the research on it, and come to find out, this is not new. This is why Esau's always playing God, playing experiments, and think that it all goes according to plan. Like with this whole virus, he unleashed that, and it got out of control. And of course, with that, he pumped numbers up, claiming a lot of people was dying, this, and that. In reality, we know a lot of people wasn't dying. But it's still the fact that it does still exist, and it still does happen. So I'm gonna actually go ahead and play the clip real quick for a bit. It's about 8 minutes, but you'll see.
It's almost summer. You know, that time of the year when you rediscover all the places on your body that you apparently sweat out of. But for President Joe Biden, there's been one thing in particular that he's been looking forward to more than anything.
Our goal by July 4th is to have 70% of adult Americans at least one shot. By July the 4th, there's a good chance you, your families, and friends will be able to get together in your backyard or in your neighborhood and have a cookout or a barbecue and celebrate Independence Day. We can celebrate our independence from the virus together on the 4th of July as we celebrate our independence as a nation. We can look forward to a 4th of July that feels a bit more normal. The 4th of July, July 4th. A more normal July 4th, the 4th of July. We can have a safe, happy 4th of July.
Okay. Damn, we get it. I feel like Joe Biden booked a party house for July 4th and just learned it isn't refundable. But yes, Biden hasn't been this excited about an Independence Day since the first one. But as much as he'd like America to get vaccinated so that we can all be as safe as possible when we blow our fingers off with M80s, it's looking more and more like the numbers just aren't on his side.
Well, now, I believe he believes in taking this jab, but when even the numbers don't even make sense, because 70% gets jabbed, but they talking about we don't even know if the damn thing even works, and it is not even there to actually protect you from getting the virus, which is crazy. It's not protecting you from getting the virus. So let's say if it did protect you from getting the virus, how long would that even last? Because you got 70%. That does not account for the 80, for the rest of the 30. When something wears off, you are prone to get something again. Unless your body, through the Most High, allows it never to happen again. That's all up to the Lord. But you got the rest of the 30%. Once that stuff wears off, that stuff starts spreading again. And it keeps going. It keeps going until hell, maybe hell, even the jabbed end up still getting it anyways, which is again they're saying that this is not protecting you from the virus, so you're still getting screwed regardless. So these numbers still don't add up regardless to what it's supposed to be lead up to, because if that was the case, his goal would be try to get at least 90 or even 100% people jabbed. Because that was the goal for. That's why he was putting this up for the whole July 4th thing. He's trying to convince everybody to get jabbed. But why 70? Why don't you just say 100? Why don't you say 90? We're gonna keep going.
There are some disappointing new numbers out that show the U.S. may actually fall short of President Biden's goal of having at least 70% of American adults with at least one shot by July 4th. Nearly 300 million vaccine doses have been administered across the U.S., but vaccination rates have fallen really sharply since their high in April.
Less than 1 million doses of the vaccine are being administered a day, according to the CDC. That is down about 70% from the peak in April, when the country was averaging about 3.3 million a day. The slowdown could put the president's July 4th goal in jeopardy. The deadline he set for 70% of adults to be at least partially vaccinated. Right now, about 63% have gotten at least one dose.
Ooh, this is going to be close. And honestly, I'm a little worried about how Joe Biden is going to handle this. Because if this comes down to the wire, he's going to get desperate. Dude's going to be loading up the fireworks with Moderna needles. Oh, wow. So, it's not clear if we'll reach that 70% goal, but what's clear is that vaccinations have plummeted, which is especially crazy when you consider that unvaccinated people are being given every incentive to get their shots.
Vaccine initiatives rolling out across the country, up for grabs, everything from $1 million to cars to free beer and even concert tickets.
The president unveiling new incentives like free childcare while parents get the vaccine or recover from it, and touting a blitz of new rewards like free sporting tickets, and if the country reaches the president's goal, free beer from Anheuser-Busch.
Get a shot and have a beer. Free beer for everyone 21 years or over to celebrate the independence from the virus.
States and cities are loading on the incentives too. At the Talladega Superspeedway, a special promotion would let you drive your car around the track after you get a shot. In West Virginia, the governor is raffling off cash, trucks, and even firearms to those who get the shot.
We're going to give 5 custom hunting rifles and 5 custom hunting shotguns away.
Okay, is it just me, or are the incentives getting more and more dangerous? We'll give you free alcohol. We'll let you speed around a racetrack. Hell, we'll even throw in some guns. At some point, these incentives are going to start killing more people than the vaccine is saving. And look, there's a reason that these prizes are guns and trucks and not notorious RBG t-shirts, right? It's the red states, especially in the South, whose vaccine numbers are holding the whole country back. And the redder the states, the fewer people who have been vaccinated. In Mississippi, it's only 44%. In Alabama, it's 46%. Basically, any state where an electric car is considered gay, they're not messing with the vaccine. Now, there are a lot of reasons why Republicans might be more hesitant to get vaccinated. Maybe they're worried that the microchip in the vaccine will set off the metal detector the next time they storm the Capitol. Who knows? But it's definitely not helping when their political leaders are doing shit like this.
And you know what he said, the microchip. This is nothing new, especially since these are things that do actually happen. I'm gonna get that scripture at the end of it, but this is what it's all geared up to. This is what it's always been geared up to. Esau will throw any type of way to captivate these people to get in something. Whereas he likes to throw in these smooth words saying that, just what these guys did. Free beer. drive your actual car around a racetrack, and you get guns. Yeah, that sounds pretty accurate what Esau likes to do. That's exactly what Esau likes to do. Is make it seem like that you can do all these things if you follow our guidelines. If you do this, if you take what we have to offer. That's always been Esau's antics. So I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna get that scripture at the end of it.
With ships already, one cruise line announced a surprise shift in policy for its U.S. passengers. Royal Caribbean International now says vaccines will be strongly recommended, but ultimately optional for guests on its U.S. cruises. It comes as Florida, the nation's largest cruise hub, is set to enact a law that would ban cruise lines and other businesses from asking people to show proof of vaccination or face fines up to $5,000 per passenger.
You heard that right. Florida isn't allowing cruise lines to make passengers get vaccinated before they cruise. They can only recommend it to the passengers. And let me tell you something. A recommendation means nothing to a cruise ship passenger. I mean, doctors also recommend that you don't eat 7 pounds of shrimp in one sitting, and yet cruise ship passengers ignore that one every single day. Because you see, cruise ship passengers are not there to follow recommendations. They're there to relax, eat, get a sunburn, and maybe push their spouse off the ship without any legal repercussions. I mean, this law is just madness. I get that people don't want vaccines to be required everywhere they go, but there have to be some places that we can all agree need vaccine requirements. And those places should be any location where your pee and poop stay on board as long as you do. I will say, though, there is a massive loophole here for all the cruise lines. And if you own a cruise line, I want you to listen to me right now. Once you're in the middle of the ocean, Florida laws don't mean shit anymore. Yeah. So these cruise ships, they should just get to international waters and then be like, all right, who's vaccinated and who's swimming home? But thanks in part to dumb laws like this and all the people who don't want to get vaccinated, it looks like America could fall just short of hitting that 70% benchmark by July 4th. But if you think about it, though, there's nothing special about 70%. I mean, it's just an arbitrary number that President Biden chose for that date. So maybe all we need is a goal that's slightly more achievable.
That's what I was talking about earlier. Like, why would he choose 70 over like 100 or even 90? So that in itself shows that something's not right with that number, or within that range, because number one, that's not going to stop anything. Number two, it's all. First of all, it's just nothing but a game. They know full well that even if this is just a trial run, they know this. This is just gearing up for the mark of the beast. As I've said earlier, this is what these are just antics. We're just experiments. We're just guinea pigs. And not even through all of this, not a lot of people's agreeing on taking this thing. But that's because people's not being forced to take it. Because if they was, let's say, if they couldn't go to work if they didn't take it. Oh, then you have a bunch of people trying to take it just so they can work, just so they can eat, have a roof under their heads, take care of their children, take care of bills, be able to have all the luxurious things they can. What will be next? Okay, if it's not for work, it'll be just go inside the store to buy food. If you don't take this thing, you can't go inside to buy food. Well, you're gonna have a whole bunch of people lined up to get the food because you can't grow it yourself. A lot of people do. Shit, I think 99% of people don't know how to grow food in the society. Or you might have I would say even 97, but realistically, 99% of us don't even know how to grow food. especially since you need a license to do it here. And I'm talking about in Babylon itself, you need a license to even grow food in your backyard. So that shows you how screwed this society is.
And a little more fun.
When the COVID-19 vaccine became available, the president set a goal
To get 70% of adults vaccinated by July 4th.
Sadly, doesn't look like we're going to make it.
which is why America needs a new, more realistic goal.
69%.
69%.
69%.
We can get this country to 69 if we're just willing to come together.
To come together.
Remember, when you get vaccinated, you're not just doing it for you.
You're doing it for other people, too.
Now I'm gonna stop there because, well, funny enough, they actually really are pushing that because I happened to come across an article about it, and apparently they are pushing this whole, at least try to get to 69. But this is Revelations 13 and 17. It says, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So okay, actually I should have went back a little bit further. Oh, shit. Give me a second. That's what I should have done. I'm gonna actually start at 15. This is 13 to 15. And it says he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. And that's again what this is all leading up to ultimately. Now I know this might get flagged, but it was worth a shot of trying, because these games that Esau likes to play, these rats are starting to understand that people is catching on to it. Not like they care, because if he really wanted to, all he has to do is just start forcing it. You may have a couple people or a good amount of people riding, but when it comes down to it, if he throws martial law out there, what are they going to do? Then once they start seeing that, oh, I need to pay bills, but to get evicted, we had no food. All he needs to do is put fear into these people, and then guess what? People lining up left and right just to get the mark of the beast, or just even his jab if he wanted to. This is just to see how many people would be willing to take it while having their so-called freedom at the end of the day, to see what numbers could we rack in and see how many people was gullible. And who knows, they might be at the 70 mark, maybe be at the 80 mark, or they may be less than that. Because either way, we know what this is leading to. But this is pretty much it on that. So Lord willing, this was at least a little edifying. So with that, shalom.